now recording.
Alright.
Remember, look at him, not the camera.
Stop making that. This is gonna be in the blooper reel. Alright. Alex, don't speak ever again. Alright. Looking at me.
Mm-hmm.
I'm looking at you. We're looking at each other.
That's kind of cute.
You what?
It's not wrong. Alright. Alright, so this is our interview. How do you feel?
Like I'm doing an interview?
I guess. Like no other things? Not nervous? You ready?
Nope.
Alright then. Where do we begin? You've been a part of an interview before, right?
Nope.
Nope.
Not that I can remember.
Um,
Actually, I have once. I made a game with my dad, like 10-ish years ago, and I remember going on to, I think it was a podcast with a couple guys to talk about the game with my dad. And that podcast ended up being on the news at some point later. Like a few weeks later, I think. Like that's the one time I can remember doing an actual, like, interview, I guess you could say. Or something like that.
I never knew that. So things about you. Just speaking of your dad, like, how do you spend time with him? I guess.
With my dad, I'm usually just playing video games, or like I'll watch like the occasional movie or show with them. With him and my mom.
Oh, neat. So why did he even take you on the podcast?
Because I had helped him make the game,
Oh,
so it just made sense that we both went over there.
what was the game about then? What was the game about?
It was called Poop the Game.
Poop the game.
So I don't remember much because I was little, but it was a card game about pooping.
Card game about poop.
Precisely what you would think it would be about.
So I'm guessing you had a lot of fun doing that.
Oh yeah, 7-year-old me, 6-year-old me found that very entertaining and very hilarious.
Like, well, was it just entertaining, or like, did you find something you really liked on that day?
Yeah, it was entertaining.
Just entertaining. So, do you think that little experience making a game with your dad was like some fond memory, or do you think you'll be able to somewhat pursue something along that line, like in the way of making video games or regular games?
I guess you could say that I have been a card game developer before, but that's not exactly something that I would look to pursue. Maybe in the future,
Maybe.
but in my current state, I'm not looking to do that, I don't think.
So, on the way to pursuing, like, how do you plan on?
Clarify?
What do you plan on doing, I guess? If it's not making games.
As like a career?
Yeah.
I've been looking into doing neuroscience or psychology, perhaps, as well as maybe doing something in the animal career.
Mm. I understand the neuroscience and psychology, as you told me before, but what's this about the animals?
I'm a very big animal person.
Okay, so now I have to ask, but what's your spirit animal?
I don't think I've ever figured out what that is before.
So right now, you're in high school now, right? This is your last year as well. So you're in high school now. This is your last year. I know because this is also my last year. How do you think you even progressed through this day?
Mm, After high school, I probably, or at least after we graduate, I'm probably gonna take college like a few months later. I plan on attending a community college over in Chula Vista.
I can tell you didn't pay attention to the question I asked.
No, I didn't understand what the fuck you said.
Sorry. I was asking how do you think you progressed today in the one of many days of high school?
Like, how do I get through the day? Or?
No, how do you think you did it? Good, bad?
Oh,
You got
through high school?
distracted today?
I think I did good.
What about a week? Are you ready for another week?
Yes,
A month?
sure.
What about the end of the year when you graduate? Do you expect to learn something new? Are you ready to go out into the world of college? Have you applied? Do you have a car?
I heard a lot of things, and most of them were no.
Do you think you'll be ready when you graduate?
Yeah.
There's. Makes you so certain.
Because I will be.
I like the comp. Alright, so you think you'd be ready for college after you finish high school?
Yeah.
Do you think it'll go well like high school? Do you think it'll be easy with its own set of challenges that you probably already faced before here?
Probably.
And even after high school, what then? What job? What career? Do you think you'll get into psychology or animals?
Probably psychology.
What do you expect then?
Probably to learn behaviors and just how humans and animals function.
Yeah, that's what you expect. And what do you think you're actually gonna learn?
Probably that.
You have high confidence.
Yes.
What inspired you to pursue these things specifically, to be a psychology or learn about animals and their physiology?
I feel like it's what I'd be good at. I've already got a basic foundation, I think.
Built off of what?
Well, for the animal part, I own 2 cats, and I've kind of took a subconscious note of their behaviors, and I also meet other animals at times and take notes of their behaviors as well, and I just kind of have a natural way of just noting things that I see and then learning from them.
How do you think you even got to be so good at doing this?
I guess it's the neurodivergency.
Your neurodivergency?
Yeah.
Can you go more into detail of that?
It's just kind of neurodivergent people naturally have different abilities that people who aren't. And one of the more common ones is just being able to analyze things.
Do you think this will be one of your challenges in the future? That to be both able to focus on something that you really find interest in while also unable to focus on the things you need to learn but end up finding boring?
Mm, I could see it maybe becoming a challenge. Or, yeah.
Do you think you have your family to basically help you, or let me rephrase that. Do you think that your family like had a part in that in your life that basically made you find these interests that you want to pursue?
Yeah, maybe a little bit.
What about your family in general?
Yeah.
Do you think you will be the type of person that will just stand at the top and be glad of what you accomplished, or struggle a bit in life but eventually get where you need to be?
I could see either happening. It kind of just comes down to the circumstances for me.
Do you think you'll be able to control those circumstances?
For the most part, yeah.
Or you're just gonna try to move with the flow, I guess?
I think I'll probably be able to control most of them.
After all this time, if you do all of these things, what do you think you'll have like in a decade? Family, alone, have a house?
I don't know. I'll most likely be living alone, probably by choice. I'm not 100% sure. I don't know where I see myself in 10 years from now.
Do you eventually want to figure that out?
I'll just move along as things go.
I guess. How are you enjoying the interview so far?
I like it.
Nuanced, of course. Alright. I think we're going too far. Well, let's take back the years. How's it like going home now? Like, do you sit down and study? Do you immediately turn on the TV or gaming console?
Usually either when I get home, I usually just unwind. I'll play some video games, either by myself or with friends.
Your friends, do you think you'll be, how do I say it? Do you think you'll be in contact with them after high school? Or do you think you'll just get some new ones in college if you do plan on going?
Well, I have online friends, so I'll try to keep in contact, I think, with the real life friends, but that has definitely been a struggle for me in the past, is staying in contact with old school friends and stuff.
Yeah. I think this interview has gone really well.
I agree.
Alright. Thank you for your time, Emery
Sewell.
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 Sewell?
Sewell.
Sewell. I'm sorry, say it one more time.
We'll go with that.
Sewell. Alright. Boop.